Warning: this video contains explicit language. This video is about Jackie's Box by Extra Tuna, a song about Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic by Scott Coffin and Steel Wool. If you're uncomfortable, then please stop watching now. My name is Loki, and here's why I think that Jackie's Boxy is a trans allegory. Okay, I'm not gonna do the whole video in the form of a song, so let's get right to the point. I know that this song is a joke, and this video is also partially a joke, but I do have some actual interesting stuff to say here. The part of the song that I'm most interested in is David's verse.
My name is David. Dad, I want some ice cream. David, that is my name. David, I want another. David, where is my ball? I'm running out on the road. There is a car, and it is going to hit me.
So one thing immediately becomes obvious here. David keeps repeating his name. Why? Maybe it's to assert his identity. But to whom? To the world? Or maybe to the only other human in this song, his father Edwin. But why would David have to tell his own father his name? Shouldn't Edwin have been the one to give David his name? Or at least I'd assume he had a part in it, deciding it along with Fiona. Well, what if David isn't his birth name, but rather his chosen name? Because he's trans. Now you might say, whoa, that's a huge leap in logic. Where did you get that from? Well, let's take a step back and analyze the rest of the verse. What else does David do? He runs out onto the road and gets hit by a car, and presumably dies. But what if he didn't? What if I told you that this story is fake? He never even got hit by that car. It was all made up by Edwin to cover something up. Let's listen to Edwin's verse.
My name is Edwin. I made the mimic. It was difficult to put the pieces together. But unfortunately, something went so wrong, and now I can't do anything but sing this stupid song. My name is Edwin.
He says that something went so wrong, but that's a very vague statement. Whatever that thing was, we do know that he cannot fix it, and we can assume that it's related to the mimic, since he was just talking about it. So why did Edwin make the mimic? To replace David. Why? Because this takes place in the 1970s, when attitudes towards trans people were overwhelmingly negative. Edwin was probably a transphobic father, and when his son came out as a trans man, Edwin did not support him. That is the thing that he claims went so wrong. He was furious at his son and embarrassed at what family members would think. So he kicked David out and lied to everyone, saying that his quote-unquote daughter had died in a car crash. The stupid song that he can't do anything but sing is the lie that he's telling everyone. But that's not all. We get one more name in this song.
My name is Jackie, and I'm fucking Becky. Yeah.
As this was said by the mimic, who was meant to be a replacement for Edwin's quote-unquote daughter, then we can infer that Jackie was David's dead name. Edwin built a robot replica of the daughter Jackie that he wanted to have, and gave it the memories and personality of David's childhood, which is why it so proudly announces its return. However, Edwin is unsuccessful, simply because he gave the mimic the same personality as the real David. So the robot Jackie also came out as trans, which again angered Edwin. So he decided to try and destroy the mimic. But this time, being a robot, David was much stronger. And especially since his programming makes it so that he mimics what he sees, he copies Edwin's violence, which is why he keeps saying stuff like,
Time to play. No, well, time to die. Cause I'm not nice. No, I'm not nice. I'll show you in the face till I make you die.
The story ends in a tragedy. Edwin apologizes to his robot son.
No, not the clown. What have I done? I'm sorry.
Not out of genuine regret, but because he has no other choice. I mean, he is literally about to get killed. But it's too late. He already messed up twice. And so, the Mimic successfully kills him. He goes rogue and runs away, just like his human counterpart David. Well, after all, mimicking David is exactly what he was made to do, so I guess he is successful. So in conclusion, don't be transphobic, and don't replace your trans son with a robot, or else your robot son will kill you. Happy Pride Month, trans rights, and LGBTQ rights in general. Fun fact, I actually came up with this idea all the way in December, which was the 1-year anniversary of this song. Time sure does fly, huh? Sorry for not uploading much recently. I've been doing some important exams, but don't you worry. Because if you've made it this far into the video, then I have some super duper epic news for you. I will be making a Fury video on the Amazing Digital Circus, which will probably be my longest video yet. And also, the first episode of a new animated web series inspired by BFDI, Battle for Dream Island, both of which will be releasing very soon, but no promises. I know how bad I am with deadlines, so like the video to support me, and spread this lobotomizing FNAF theory, and subscribe so you don't miss my upcoming videos. Goodbye, and I'll see you next time. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of this song.